When I set eyes on this place and this area and Hobart generally, it was like, yep, this is it, this is where I want to be.
Anne O'Loughlin and Matt Howard left Western Sydney for Tasmania. But it's come at a cost.
I'm earning $15,000 a year less than I was in Sydney.
The pay cut was around about $21,000.
Matt is a public servant and Anne works in the vet industry. They've stayed in the same careers, working similar hours, but the wages in Tasmania don't come even close.
They are lower, especially in the state service, compared to what I was coming from.
You know, there's an expectation that you will be paid less here.
At the same time, the state hasn't lived up to their expectation of being cheap.
I can't really tell a difference in general cost of living. It seems comparable to Sydney.
Initially, we rented a place, and certainly that was probably more than we'd expected to pay.
The average weekly pay in Tasmania is $400 less than in Canberra and $200 less than the national average. At the same time, the cost of living has gone up significantly. In the last 10 years, Hobart's rental prices have increased by nearly 50%, double that of the capital with the second highest increase, Adelaide. The median rent in Hobart is $500 a week, lower than in Canberra, Darwin and Sydney, but higher than in Melbourne. And property prices in Tasmania have grown by 20% this year alone, compared with just 8% in Victoria and Western Australia. And the power bills are also up there, only slightly lower than in Canberra. Wages are low because Tasmania's economy is largely built on low-paid industries, with a part-time or casual workforce like retail, tourism and manufacturing. While the state's unemployment rate is one of the lowest in the country, Tasmania is grappling with another, less obvious issue: underemployment. People wanting to work more but not given the hours.
If the workforce is not working enough hours, okay, they're not contributing, that's not adding much value to the overall output for the state as well.
That's not to say there are no jobs in Tasmania. Many sectors like health and education struggle with dire worker shortages.
There are employment opportunities there, but there's a mismatch of skills. You have the workforce, unemployed group, but they're not able to take up that position.
Dr. Raghavan says many graduates who are qualified to take up the jobs then leave the state for higher wages.
If we can keep them in Tasmania and provide them the support, I think it will be good for the state.
Professor Joaquin Vespignani believes he has the potential solution: enticing interstate employees of large corporations to work remotely from Tasmania.
Tasmania has a big opportunity now in the post-pandemic scenario to encourage that. But also, we believe in the trickle-down effect. People with higher wages also will spend money, and that will benefit other Tasmanians.
People like insurance broker Roger Hosie, who used to live in Melbourne, but returned to his home state in the early 2000s.
This is my only traffic light, just here. I tell my friends and colleagues in Melbourne about my one traffic light trip to work, and they're quite jealous.
Mr. Hosie earned $130,000 in Melbourne. To do a similar job in Tasmania, he took a $50,000 pay cut and took 12 years to make up the difference. The initial sacrifice of a large drop in pay was replaced by the chance to start his own business, a move that is now paying off handsomely.
Because of the contacts and learnings we had, in Melbourne, I've been able to start a business, build a business, and employ people who are now making fairly good money.
Giving other Tasmanians a chance to succeed. Katri Oibu, ABC News.